Good evening. How you guys doing? Thought I'd drop this video because I still have a hangover. I have a hangover, and it's it'll take about a couple more, about another few. I think by next week I'll be over this hangover, but not the kind of hangover you might be thinking. But I got a hangover for Halloween, so I still have that hangover. Um, but anyway, I was at work about, I think it's about 3 weeks ago, and this guy I talk to at work all the time, he always talks about movies. And he said, "Hey," he said, "you see the Five Nights at Freddy coming out?" And he'd be like this, and we're both into movies. Like I said, I'm 64 and he's like 39. I was like, "Five Nights at Freddy?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Man, I heard of that. Ain't that a video game or something?" He's like, "Yeah." He says, but by him being so young, and he was telling me that, uh, Blumhouse is producing it, and Blumhouse made Megan, which I love, by the way. So I was like, he said, "It's on Peacock." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Damn." I said, "All right." So I was like, I was working, I'm working a lot of overtime right now. So, I'm working like 5 hour days, 5 11 hour days, 9 on Saturday and 8 on Sunday. And I tried to watch and I kept falling asleep, kept falling asleep. He kept asking me, "So what'd you think?" I said, "I fell asleep." So it took like 4 days to get through this movie because I kept falling asleep because I don't get off work till late. Then when I come home, I work out, and then I have to eat, and I have to pack my lunch. I have the cat I have to take care of. So when I try to sit down and watch a movie, I fall asleep. When I finally watched this movie, I really enjoyed it. You know what gets me? This movie is sitting at a Rotten Tomato score as 30%. So that means a lot of people didn't like it. But I uh, I don't know. I really enjoyed this movie. And like I said, I have a lot of, I have a hangover from, excuse me, I have a hangover from just Halloween. Even though I got my Christmas stuff up, I'm getting my Christmas on. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys tomorrow, by the way. Be safe out there. But, uh, you know, this, what this is basic about the security guard, man, he's trying to take care of his younger sister, but he lost his younger brother, got kidnapped, and all he did was, his family's never, it kind of messed up his whole family. So, now he has a younger sister he has to look after, but his mom passed and his dad just left him, and he's taking care of his little sister, but he still keeps having these dreams about his little brother being kidnapped because he was supposed to keep an eye on him, and all he did was take a quick look, second, he just happened to take a look off at him, and then somebody grabbed him and put him in the car. And his last vision of him was seeing his little brother in the back seat of the car being drove off by this person he cannot see. So you fast forward towards now, and he's like in his 20s taking care of his other younger sister, and his mom passed away, and it kind of messed up the whole family. Family never recovered. And then the younger sister, she's kind of like, I don't even know if she's slow. She's just odd, and so he has to look, but he has his aunt trying to take the girl, his little sister, away from her. So he has to try to go get a job. So he gets this job at this pizza place as a security guard. So he begins to work at his night shift. But so he has a night shift. It's already creepy. But man, these bears, it reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese. It really does. But so his babysitter was babysitting for free, but he said he would pay her. But he's getting ready to go to court, so he has to have a job to show that he's trying to be responsible. And then his little sister found out that he was thinking about, letting her aunt take her. And she goes, she didn't want her aunt to take her because she goes, she's mean and she smells like cigarettes. That little girl, she was good at it. She was good. But anyway, it switches to the aunt talking to the babysitter. So the babysitter was like a little, was like her little spy. So she was babysitting for him, but at the same time, she was reporting to her. And she kept asking her, "Is there anything I need to take him to court?" She goes, "No, he watches the kid. He's good. I don't have anything bad." So, uh, so she's like, so the guy that she's with's like, "You need to pay us." And she goes, "Well, I ain't paying you nothing because you didn't find anything." So they're trying to figure out how to make him look bad. So they go to to Chuck. They go to this Five Nights at Freddy. Looks like Chuck E. Cheese. So they go in there and decide to vandalize him when he's not there to make it look like he's not doing his job, security guard wise. And these bears, man, they come in there. It's amazing to me how people just don't like stuff anymore. And I think it's just, I don't know what people are looking for anymore, man, because I thoroughly enjoyed this, man. I don't know what they was looking, I just don't know what they was looking for. Anyway, these bears end up killing all of them. So then he's trying to call the babysitter, but he didn't know the babysitter was with them, so she got killed by these bears. But these bears are ghosts of kids that got killed by the owner of this pizza place. Yeah. And so that's how this movie's set up. So then he has to take the little girl because the little girl wanted to go with him before, but he wouldn't let her. So this time he had to take her, and he told her she sleeps in this little tent and stuff. You know, the little girl's kind of weird, but she's not really. She's just different. So he falls asleep, but he's trying to fall asleep. He keeps taking, then he meets this cop that's got this night shift, and this cop's tied to this pizza place. Come find out this cop was the cop was her dad that owned that pizza place. And it was her dad that was doing all the killing. Yeah. So, and she knew it. But she also knew that these bears, the animatronic bears, was possessed by these kids that got killed by the owner of this pizza place. Yeah, this movie is a trip, man. I'll tell you what, man, Blumhouse, man, he's just doing a really, really good job, man, you know, making stuff, man. It's just, and again, this is just a basic, scary. This was one of those movies you could take your kids to because it didn't have no blood. It showed stuff, but you could take like maybe 11 and 12-year-olds to go see this movie. But, man, I enjoyed the movie. But the climax of the movie was, you know, he had to figure out how to kill these bears because the bears was possessed by these children. These children needed that girl, and they wanted to kill the girl so they could take her to be part of their crew. And so the cop knew that these bears were possessed by ghosts. And he was shocked because he couldn't believe it. He's like, he thought that was somebody operating them from remotely, but they were possessed by these little kids that got killed by the owner of that pizza place. It's so weird because I really, really... So anyway, to hurry this up. So I went to work. And the guy's like, well, did you watch it? I said, yeah. He goes, you know, I figured it out the first time I seen it. I said, oh, yeah, how'd you figure it out, man? He said he actually figured out it was the guy. See, the guy had to go find a job, so he had to go to this agency to get this security job. And the guy that gave him the job was the guy that actually used to own the pizza place. I sit there and go, really, Ryan? Really? Did you actually really figure it out? Yeah, I figured it out right away. I knew right out. I said, well, I did know there was something, you know, creepy about him or off per se, but I didn't figure out him being it. But then again, looking back, maybe Ryan's white. The way he acted, he goes, you know, he goes, I got a job for you. He goes, sit down. You know, and the guy that played that, bro, he's a good actor too, man. He was in Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2, and he also was in 13 Houses, and he also was one of the main dudes that was Scream. He's a good actor. But yeah, you guys, I enjoyed this movie. I really did. You know, the guy that was the main character was the guy that played in Hunger Games. It was good to see him back in movies too. So, but anyway, this is a horror suspense. It's a PG-13. Came out, you know, October 27th, right around Halloween. Like I said, I still got a Halloween hangover. But anyway, God bless. Take care. Have a great and safe Thanksgiving. And yeah, I still got a hangover from Halloween, but I'm getting my Christmas on. See it in the background. So we'll catch you later. We'll see you.